Hello everyone, it's Melinda here with CatSmashPuzzles, and today we are doing quite a bit of a difficult Ravensburger. This is called Babylon. It's a 500-piece Ravensburger puzzle, and as you can see, it is very dark, and I think it'll be one of the few difficult Ravensburgers I've attempted so far. I'd say the worst Ravensburger has been the Peacock one, which was about an hour and 45 for me, so that's the worst to date that I've done. But I think this one's probably going to be in that top 5 of the worst Ravensburgers, or the most slowest, I guess you could say, not the worst. It's not about the quality of the puzzle, it's just the difficulty level, I suppose. But it is an image I like. It's fantasy, it's, it has the kind of the garden scene to it, the temple in the background, but it is just going to be very difficult. And knowing Ravensburger, it's darker. The pieces are darker than what's on the image, and the image is already dark. So I just thought, this would be a good puzzle to practice with my trays, my puzzle trays, because I haven't done a Ravensburger with my puzzle trays yet, and I figured since this one's going to be a bit of a slower one, it would be a good one to practice the technique with. Because ultimately, my goal for this puzzle is just to stay under the hour. I don't think I'll be under 45 minutes at all, and so just sticking with the hour is probably the best tactic for it. So I think this is just going to be a good practice for the puzzle trays. I am debating if I'm going to do the border first. Probably going to have to, just because I need something to start with. So I'll work on my flipping speed. I'll work on sorting the borders, seeing if maybe I try to be a bit more accurate with the borders, so making sure I don't miss 5 to 6 pieces. If I can kind of get that down to 1 or 2, that would be pretty good. So I'm kind of just practicing different techniques with this puzzle and hoping to be under the hour. I did look on myspeedpuzzling.com, and as far as I can tell, only 2 people have attempted this, and they were just at the 2-hour mark, basically. So definitely a harder puzzle, and we got a bit of a challenge ahead of us. So, Babylon from Ravensburger. Let's smash it. Well, there's always a puzzle that humbles you. This was Babylon by Ravensburger, 500-piece puzzle, and my goal was to just completely stay under the hour, and we were not successful. I completed this puzzle in 1 hour, 21 minutes, and 53 seconds. So yes, this was much more difficult than I was anticipating. I forgot to mention my guess at the beginning. I've been pretty accurate with how I've been guessing on my times, and before I started the puzzle, I kind of made a prediction in my head and said maybe an hour and 10 minutes. It's going to be more than the hour, unfortunately, but I would be in that hour, 10-minute range. Not quite. So my prediction was off on this one, and you know, I think it is harder to kind of gauge extremely difficult 500-piece puzzles versus maybe slightly harder to medium. So, you know, I pretty much predicted that this puzzle would be darker than the image already is. It's already dark on the box. And I knew it was going to be difficult besides just simply doing the border and just the building here, kind of the castle or temple. And then I thought maybe the waterfall here would be a little helpful, which it kind of was. But I got confused with the purple flowers. They were everywhere. They weren't just in one section. The sky actually tripped me up, even though I sorted some of those pieces. And it was also a portrait style Ravensburger versus a landscape, so that also threw me off just a tad. And then I did sort the border, and I flipped all the pieces at the beginning. And that was at that 4-minute mark. So again, my flipping, sorting, good timing on that. And I only missed 2 border pieces. So that was an improvement. So that was something to be happy about with this run. But the border took me about 14 minutes, up to the 14-minute mark to complete. So I knew that was already on the slow side. So yeah, we had some things going against me. I thought the stairs would be more difficult, but they were okay because I kind of sorted the pieces over there. And then once I started working on it, they were all right. But the dark green at the very end slowed me down tremendously. And I just kind of realized, as I was hearing my music, this is just not going well. And I struggle busted the rest of the way. So yeah, this was definitely a challenge that I wanted to do for myself. I got this from the puzzle swap, I believe, and thankfully no missing pieces. And well, how did I feel about the puzzle trays with the Ravensburger? It actually went okay. I do think that with a smaller piece size, Ravensburger does a little bit better with puzzle trays. I think the next Ravensburger I do, whether it's an easier one or harder one, I'll probably end up just utilizing them a bit more than I have been, whether it's for practice or simply doing another video, because I think they were actually more useful than not. So this was a good test run for those. Now, on myspeedpuzzling.com, where would this time put me? Well, only 2 people have done it, and they got close to the 2-hour mark, so I technically be first place, but that's a very slow first place time. So yeah, it is a harder puzzle, to be fair. And honestly, if this ever showed up in a speed puzzling competition, I think people would walk out. And rightfully so, because this is extremely difficult. It was a pretty picture. It's very beautiful, and would be a good one to maybe frame if you wanted to frame it. Normally, I would keep Ravensburger puzzles, but this is actually the square box, and I'm only keeping the skinny ones. And as much as, you know, it is a Ravensburger, no missing pieces, I don't want to keep this one because it's just too difficult, and I don't see myself doing it a second time, even for practice purposes. So this is going to go back to the puzzle swap. You know, people will be very happy to pick up a Ravensburger. So it's one of those things I can give back. Alrighty. So Babylon got me this time. We did not smash it today. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I will see y'all next time. Bye-bye.